Welcome to this video about differentiating intervention. Bomb blocks intervention happens for 10 minutes 4 times a week. And I'm often asked by people, Narelle, how long should these children stay in the program for? And the answer is it depends. And the reason it depends is because intervention itself is differentiated. And how it's differentiated depends on several factors. 2 of those factors I'm going to talk about today are the differences between Tier 2 and Tier 3 and the differences between age in children between Year 3-4 students and older Year 5-6 students. We need to think about the intervention first in light of Tier 1 and how much content there is. So a Tier 1 student, it will take 2 years to get through the Bomb Blocks curriculum because it's 2 years of maths curriculum. So an intervention student is going to take at least 3 years because it covers that much curriculum. By definition, Tier 2 need more time and more practice really to consolidate this phase of thinking. When we think about Tier 3 students who are usually on individualised education programs, it often takes them their whole primary schooling from Year 1 to Year 6 to cover all of that additive content. And if Tier 3 students leave primary school with a really solid level of additive thinking, that's addition and subtraction, that's a really good foundation for those students. When we think about Year 5 and 6 children for intervention, they've only got 2 years of primary school left. Often when they sit their placement test, if they're a Tier 2 student in Year 5 and 6, they will still make errors back in the yellow bonds of 5 and the red 5+ bonds chapter, but you don't have time to do all those activities. Because the way Bomb Blocks is structured, it's cyclical and built, and there's an inbuilt review in each skill that's developed. We recommend that you start Year 5 and 6 students on the bonds of 10 chapter. Bonds of 10 are like vowels in maths. If you don't have them, you can't do a lot. You really need to firm those up. So for the older students, we suggest that you start there. When you look at the boards, some of the boards are differentiated. You notice this one is the core board. It's got the square. It's quite difficult, so there's also a little easier and there's a little harder version as well. If you're looking at intervention students, if they were Tier 2, I would expect by the end of the week that they've been doing it, they would be able to do the little easier version. When they do the core version, they may still need support, and Tier 2 intervention students probably wouldn't get to the little harder version. If I'm looking at Tier 3 students, they would be doing the little easier version, but they would still be doing that with support because it's a higher order skill, and I wouldn't be expecting my Tier 3 students to be able to get to this level, especially not without support. I want to finish the section on differentiating intervention with this image, which is the rope from Kilpatrick et al. And this is used to make the proficiency strands in our curriculum. So our maths curriculum is in 2 groups. You've got the content, which is your number and your algebra, but you also have, that's the stuff. You also have the proficiency strands, which are understanding, fluency, reasoning, problem solving. They're the verbs when you read the content descriptors, and that's how you do the stuff. So we need both of those together. You need the stuff, but you also need the proficiency strands, and they go together. The proficiency strands originally had a 5th strand, so it wasn't just understanding, fluency, reasoning, and problem solving. They had one, if you look on the right, the second one is called productive disposition. And this is just so important. Productive disposition is how the adult feels about maths and how the child feels about maths, how safe they feel, how willing they're to have a go. So I would just want to leave you with the overarching thing to help make your choices about what to include and what not to include when you're doing your intervention is productive disposition. You will know from the children's response that, oh, this is too boring. So, let's do the pre-test and let's redo the test and see if you can do it. And if they redo the test and they can do it, it's too easy. They need to move on. So we want to listen to children and just keep in mind that productive disposition is really, really important.